This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, straight out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada, but rocking a beautiful Christmas Toronto background behind me as it's after Christmas now, heading towards New Year's here on December the 28th, 2025. And we're going to have fun today because I had a guy on. This is his third time coming on the show. However, technically it's his fourth because he did interview me on my birthday this summer. But I categorize that a little differently. So this is the third time he's coming on as an interview guest. But we have something fun planned. Folks, I give you straight out of Toronto, a place that I love. I'm hoping I will still love. Not that I want to get into politics, but folks, I give you the awesome Creepy Ghoul. How do you do, Creepy Ghoul?
How you doing, all you little Hulksters? Ooh, yeah. Before I get before I get started, let me crack open a nice tall can of Cat Lady Triple IPA. Got it in my stocking this year. I love me a good IPA, but this is a triple IPA, and it's going to be my only drink until this evening as I'm driving after we conclude this segment.
It's funny because, Skittles would approve of that drink. He would totally approve of it.
Here's to you.
Yeah.
Hope you and Skittles and everybody had a creepy holidays. I did. And now it's back to fucking reality and gas station food. Oh, there we
Hmm.
go. That's just how it is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, what for me, I slap Christmas. I went to my brother's, and he didn't have a Christmas dinner. We just kind of just hung out, but I did some interviews. I did quite a few interviews. Had
Hmm.
Tracy Savage on here for the
Oh,
seventh
oh
time
yeah,
on
again, yeah.
Boxing Day.
Hmm.
Yep,
Hmm.
she still looks stunning. I had Eric Freeman on here last night before I went to do my UPS clean, and
Cool,
I got
cool.
you today, and I got a couple more booked, but I may have another three booked. So yeah,
Wow,
it's
busy guy.
I they
Jeez.
I've had a lot. I remember back in October when I went to Frightmare in the Falls. I only had one interview that month, so I mean they come in spans,
Hmm. Hmm.
you get some months, or you never
Hmm.
know. I think my
Yep.
record is 2022 of 170. I'll
That's
probably
nuts,
never,
man.
yeah, but this year I'll have over 60, and that's fine. I'm fine with
That's
that.
steady. That's steady. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Considering you do this as like a hobby, as like an interest, and you're not getting paid for this. Not that you
Hmm.
want to, you know what I mean? But I mean, yeah,
Yep.
that's a steady schedule, man, for what you're doing.
Yep.
I only wish I could be pumping out videos on Creepy Ghoul Vision that steady, but it's just time restraints and whatnot. But one thing I did want to do is number one, I want to say thank you for whatever the hell is in this package that you sent to me for the holidays. I haven't opened it yet because I was saving it particularly for this video.
Hmm.
Um, I did get it okay. Everything looks fine with it. I am about to open it right now. I am very enthusiastic to see what this is, and I'm going to be very careful with
Hmm.
it. I thought I had an X-Acto blade here. Here it is right here. It's probably going to be the safest way to open this without damaging whatever's in here. Now, my guess is I like to always guess the presents and whatnot. I think this is either a calendar of some sort or a record album or just like a poster, a mini poster. That's what I'm thinking. Am I right about any of that?
It's a giant picture of Franklin.
Oh God. That Franklin, I've said it before and I'm going to continue to say it. That Peanuts character serves no fucking purpose in the Peanuts gang, man. I'm telling
It's
you.
a laser disc copy of Batman and Robin.
He's just a fucking filler. Anyhow, here we go right here. What is Oh, Peanuts 2026 calendar. Fucking A. And you know what? Includes clings. Oh, clings. A package of. Let me show everybody this. Um, those of you who don't know me, you should know that I'm a huge Peanuts fan. I've been a Peanuts fan since before I could even walk, literally, and I'm 51 years old this year. So I still love Peanuts to this day, and still collect Peanuts.
And that's
This
a
is
Franklin free Peanuts calendar.
better fucking be. Actually, I don't see Franklin anywhere on here. You know what I mean? The closest character I see even to a filler here, and she's not even a filler, is Sally. Sally Brown.
Yeah, and
But anyhow,
Sally's not even a filler. Yeah.
oh, it includes clings. It comes with some window clings. That's really cool. And I don't have a calendar for 2026. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that.
I saw
Love it.
that and I thought, I figured that you'd like that. So,
You better believe it. There's the
yeah.
image of the clings right there. Um, and I usually collect calendars as well. When I'm done with them, I usually keep them. I got a lot of horror ones. I got some Peanuts ones from previous years and just other stuff. Betty Page, Vampirella, Universal Monsters, stuff like that. I love calendars. That's really cool. That's a really amazing gift. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. No
Really
problem.
cool.
I had a great time coming there and doing the walk around video there in your bat cave there. I recognize all your background there.
Yeah,
And
this is my chambers. This is where I spend a lot of my time when I'm home.
mhm.
My computer's here. And I just like to sit here and relax and be on my computer. But anyhow, yeah, I was really happy that you got an opportunity to do the Bat Cave tour here. Those of you who haven't seen this video, check it out. It's on Greg's channel. Tour of the Bat Cave, I think that's what it's called, or something like that, or a visit to Toronto.
Mhm.
Find it. Yeah, have a look to all you collectors out there.
Yep. I look forward to next year. I'm going to try to do Fan Expo again. I'm hoping
Yeah.
it'll be easier to navigate next time, because I had
Hmm.
some bumps at that one, but I do Fan Expo again, and then I'd like to do Frightmare in the Falls again.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mhm.
next year I might. I have it's not written in stone, but I might take a few days and go up there around Christmas time too,
Okay.
you
Okay.
know. But I'll have to see, but I always have fun when I go to Toronto. But like I
Hmm.
said, I was so sad that because I've been going there ever since Lisa Langwa invited me in 2017,
Hmm.
and it's like I've seen some small businesses just closing up there, and it's
I
just depressing to see.
I've seen hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of small businesses closing down left, right, and center here. Not only in the suburbs here where I live, but in the downtown core. This is, like I said, man, this is not the same Toronto as it was 25, 30 years ago. It is not. You know, for me, it's concrete lifelessness, which is why I call it Taekwondo Ontario, formerly known as Toronto, Ontario. But that's me.
Yeah, and I'm not the biggest fan of New Brunswick here, but
I know
luckily,
you call it the toilet. I love it. The toilet of Canada.
well,
Yeah.
there's nothing here. Like I get why my folks like it, and my relatives, I get why they like it, it's quiet and whatnot, but there's just nothing here. Like nothing goes on here, If there are concerts or anything that happens in Moncton, maybe St. John, nothing here in Fredericton.
Hmm.
It's like I'm lucky that I work overnight, so I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
try to go to the movies once a week. I try to do that, but I enjoy doing that more in Toronto because I have more
Hmm.
choices,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
yeah,
You know.
but uh but
But
today is a special day because we have decided, because I thought this was a great idea.
yeah.
This was hard, and I know you had a hard time with it. Yeah, our top 10 favorite movies. And I'm going to tell you, I know I sent you a message prior to this. I was planning to do honorable mentions, but I'm like,
Hmm.
there's just too fucking many,
Yeah, there is, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I appreciate this video here. I truthfully didn't think I was going to be able to pull it off for today, just because, guys like us, film people, film guys, how do you even, uh, like, top 10 favorite films of all time, any genre goes, how do you do that? Like, man, when we get more into it, I'll tell you how I managed to do it and with each film type of thing. Just like wow. Um, my top 10 are my top 10, but not limited to, if you know what I'm saying. But
Same here,
yeah, yeah,
because there's always because I'm thinking like maybe next year, we could do like a top 10 favorite horror films or a top 10
yeah,
like there's stuff like that. But
yeah,
I thought I would go all out here, but I was like it was a hard one to figure out.
yeah.
And but I got a nice array here of films. And some of
Okay.
them even changed somewhat from when you interviewed me
Yeah, yeah,
this summer because it's like, I kept thinking, what would I actually go to if I had a choice between this and this theater or something or
yeah.
like. So,
Well, tell you what, why don't we, I don't know what format you want to use here, but I have an idea. Why don't we go back and forth? Your one, my
mhm.
one, your two, my two,
Well,
type
we're
of
gonna
thing.
go
And
10 and down.
you know what? Here's the thing with that. I
Huh?
was hoping you wouldn't say that because here's the thing. My top 10 are going to be in no particular order whatsoever. I'm just going to do a random top 10. Anything else beyond that is just too fucking difficult. I kid you not. I would much rather do like by genre, like a top 10 countdown by horror, by comedy, stuff like that. But when we're talking about every freaking genre under the sun, that is so hard, man. So I'm just going to do like my
Well, then
top
I'm gonna
10
then I'm
random.
gonna t I'm, then I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rearrange these and I'll do these by release year.
Oh, okay, okay.
That
I've
that
got
that
mine.
way, yeah,
Okay. I've got
that way.
mine sitting here. I'm just going to pull randomly.
Okay, just give me a moment
Of
to
course.
arrange these.
And you give me a moment to have another sip of this Cat Lady Triple IPA.
Yeah, so
You better believe I'm keeping that can. That's a collector's item right there. Look at all those cats.
there you go. There you go. Yeah, that'll be how we can do this. That
Yeah.
way,
Okay, okay, okay.
th- that way,
Sounds good.
I'll go from oldest film to most recent.
Now,
I got mostly 80s here, but I
okay.
do, but you know,
I've got mostly 70s, 80s here. What I was originally going to do
hmm
to keep things interesting, I wasn't going to pull just all Blu-rays. I wasn't going to pull just all VHS. I wasn't going to pull all DVDs. Right now, my DVDs, as you can clearly see, are a little bit more accessible than anything else. I got my Blu-rays over here, but it's just
hmm
they're kind of like fucked up on the shelves. And my VHS jam room, I don't even want to think about that right now. But what I was going to do, what I was going to like pull a collectible or a toy or whatever I have from that particular film instead of the film and be like, but I decided, let me just pull some DVDs here. So I got an array of DVDs here and ready to go, ready to rip. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Do you
You're
want
the
to go
host.
first?
You're the host. You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Well, my oldest on the list, and like I said, I could have went way down on honorable mentions on this, because
Hmm.
there's so many.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
um, but my oldest on the list is from 1977.
Okay.
Yep, I would have been 5 years old when I this came out, but I would not have seen it.
Now, before you tell me what it is, I want you to give me one hint, and I'm going to try to guess what it is, just for the hell of it, just for shits and giggles.
Came out December that year.
December, sorry, what year?
Came out December 1977 is when it came out.
December 77. Shit. 77, 1977. Give me one more hint.
Um, it had a major soundtrack.
Oh, 77. Oh, Star Wars?
No, but it's a great choice, but
Okay.
it's not
Okay.
Star Wars.
Go for
But
it.
but like Star Wars, it was one of the top five grossing films of the year.
I know it's not THX 1138.
Well, that was 1971.
Oh, yes, you're right. I knew it was early 70s. Okay,
Mhm.
go for it.
Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was like the furthest thing from my mind. Wow. There's a young John Travolta, Vinnie Barbarino,
Hmm.
welcome back,
Tony,
Cotter.
Tony Manero. I
Yep.
saw this late. This was not a film I grew up with. I grew up with Grease, and I love Grease. Um, and I came awfully close to getting Olivia Newton-John on the show. I was even talking to her manager,
Wow.
but that was the year when her cancer got worse, and unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But Saturday Night Fever was a major thing for me because it changed a lot about my self-esteem, you
Hmm.
know,
Do
because
tell.
yeah, because I remember my friends like I'm somebody who's never been what you call a hit with the ladies. And it's always caused me self-esteem issues, and never had a girlfriend in my life. It's just uh, I don't know. I was kind of socially awkward growing up.
I hear
Now
that.
it's not so bad because you see me going around the conventions, you'd think I
Hmm.
had it all together, but
Yeah, no kidding, man. Like, yeah, yeah.
yeah. But with Saturday Night Fever, I have a couple friends and I that used to go to the clubs all the time. And our common thing we gripe about is we'd never get hit on by the kind of girls that we like. And I remember one time I was sitting at Tim Hortons with one of my friends, and he was complaining about particularly bad experience he had with something like this. And I was looking at him with, the Tim Hortons lights on and whatnot. He had cat hair all over his outfit. And I said, no wonder you look like you were mobbed by Ewoks, you know?
Ewoks.
So, and I was feeling depressed about it. But
Yeah,
now
yeah,
I don't feel so bad about it because it's like
yeah.
now I don't ever care if I ever meet anybody. But I think this film is what helped me because I was
Interesting.
watching Saturday Night Fever one night, and the opening scene was Staying Alive playing, and you got John Travolta as Tony Manero going down the street there with that paint can. He's dressed in his black leather jacket, the black pants, and he's got this bright red shirt on, and he's carrying the paint can. That's what he does. And he's strutting down the
Hmm.
street. This
Hmm.
guy who could get any woman he wanted to,
Yeah, yeah.
and he knew it. And I remember I was walking down the mall, and I came past Tip Top Tailors,
Ah, yes,
and
Tip Top Tailors and Jack Frazers from back in the day. Yeah,
we don't have Jack Frazier's anymore, I don't
I know.
think, but we
No, we
got Tip
don't.
Top Tailors. We
There's
still
Tip Top
got that.
Tailors, the odd one. Yeah, I've owned shirts from there in the past. Yeah.
Well, I saw the red shirt in the window, and I
Hmm.
knew what I had to do.
Yep.
I went in. I went in. I got a black blazer or a black sports jacket, whatever, and I got the red shirt.
Yep.
And I went home. At the time, I was living up with my folks, and my mom was like, "Man, that looks great," and she liked it. So I went back, and I got another black blazer, and I got another couple of shirts. One was, I believe, uh, purple, and one was blue, of various shades. And I remember one night I was getting, at the time, I was getting my head shaved. I got hair growing out now, but
Hmm.
um, the woman that used to do my hair used to,
Hmm.
she's now teaching now, so she doesn't do barber stuff anymore. But
Yeah.
but I was talking to her about this because she always seen me dress in my street clothes, and I got talking to her about this, and she was like, "Are you kidding me?" She asked if she could look in the bag. She
Mm,
wanted to see if I was serious. She
hmm.
looked in there, and she was like, she was impressed, and so I now have I now have silver. I've got a silver blazer, which I really like. And I got the shirts in all different colors.
That's
All different
unbelievable,
colors.
man.
And I remember one night I went down there to the club with my friends. There was one shooter girl I always liked. And she come over and she had her shooter tray with her and she got talking to my two friends. She didn't recognize me.
Yeah.
And one of my friend Colin said, "Aren't you going to say hello to Greg?" And she looked at me and she couldn't
Who?
believe it. She
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. She gave
Yeah.
me a big hug and she couldn't believe it. And it felt good. And I needed the self-esteem boost.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
needed it.
Hmm.
And so Saturday Night Fever did it. And one of the things I
Wow.
also love about this movie is that
Hmm.
Tony Manero, despite all of his confidence and his
Yeah.
luck with the ladies, he's
Yeah.
a flawed individual. He's a heavily flawed individual.
Yeah.
This has got a great soundtrack to it, especially with the Bee Gees and whatnot.
The Bee Gees, that's right. Yeah.
Hmm. But I love the look of the film. Um, I often said I like the soundtrack to Dirty Dancing, don't like Dirty Dancing, because Dirty Dancing doesn't have a good look to it. This looks great, especially when they're in the club, the
Yeah.
locations around where they are. This film is beautifully shot.
I bet it looks
And
spectacular on Blu-ray with all the
it
lights
does.
and like especially the club scenes and whatnot. I could see how that film would look amazing on Blu-ray. I
You want
get it.
me? Do you want me to tell you something I did here about the
Yeah.
club?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like all these lights are flashing around. You know what it is?
Hmm.
When they made the movie, if I hope I can remember this correctly, because it had something to do with the lighting or whatnot and the cameras and whatnot. But they put, I think it was saran wrap or something around the club, and that's what gives it that look. And
Interesting.
when the club owner came in, he was like, "Man, you make my club look great."
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a fun
Yeah.
fact. Well,
So
yeah, yeah,
I love this movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard people talk good things about that film, but I've never heard a story as such. I don't even think there's even a story close to that from anyone, even from the time. But that's quite a story. And who would have ever thought that it came out of Saturday Night Fever?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I love this
Good.
film, and
Okay.
and a lot of people look at it and they'll think it's a musical. It's not really a musical. It's more a
Yeah.
drama, but it's very dark
Yeah.
in terms of
Truth.
its theme. But yeah, very.
Truthfully, I've only ever seen that film once. That was decades ago. I may have
Mhm,
to revisit it now that we're talking about it.
mhm,
Um, yeah, I remember hearing stories from back in the 70s when films like this came out, especially like say Rocky, for example, you know, the Italians back in the 70s, New York
mhm,
City. I heard everybody, all the Italian dudes were walking out of the theater acting like fucking Stallone, acting all tough and shit, you know what I
mhm.
mean? Anyways, I could believe that. But yeah, okay, Saturday Night Fever. Okay, cool, cool.
Yeah, that's one of my picks. You now you pick one.
All right, so let me
Wow, I have that, and actually, I have that.
three. So Carrie, to I'm 51 years old.
Hmm.
I turned 51 this November. I This is one of the films. Uh, to my memory, to my knowledge, to my memory, that I saw when I was a very young kid. We're talking back in probably the late 70s, early 80s. I would have to say the very early 80s, probably. I remember my grandmother lived with us at the time. I was in the basement. She used to babysit some of the neighborhood kids. and one of their parents were running late one night, and they were there, and I was a kid back then, and we had this channel here. You've probably heard of it called WUTV Buffalo 29, and it played a lot of horror films and a lot of like films, like you know how City TV had the late night movies and stuff
Mhm.
like that. I remember seeing Carrie for the first time when I was a kid, and this was the first film that I remembered seeing that scared the shit out of me, man. Let me tell you right now. And to this day, no word of a lie, I got the chills. You can't see the hair standing up on my arms, but like talking about this, I love this film. I've read the Stephen King novel. The novel's great.
Mhm.
I actually collect different versions of the novel, different publishings of the novel. I've got a nice handful in my collection on my bookshelf. This is a great film, hands down.
Mhm.
Some have called it a slow burn, but that was the 70s, man.
I
Majority of
love
the
it.
films,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. Majority of the films, even the psychological thrillers like Let's Scare Jessica to Death and whatnot, Rosemary's Babies, yeah, they were slow burn.
Mhm.
You know, people of today probably wouldn't understand a film like this. They'd be like, "Oh, boring. Oh, blah blah blah. Can't keep my attention." But no, this is one of my absolute favorite films in all genres, horror genre or of all time. Carrie. I've
Uh,
got a nice poster in my living room of a Turkish print of the Carrie
yeah, I've
poster
seen
from the
it.
time. You've seen it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I love this film. And yeah, going back to my childhood, show you the front and back of the DVD.
Mhm.
Not a big deal there, but yeah. So that's why I like Carrie. It's a film I've seen over and over again, and you know, funny enough, speaking of John Travolta, there you
Yep.
go, John
Billy
Travolta.
Nolan.
Yeah,
It's
there you
I've
go.
interviewed a few people from Carrie. Terry Bolo is one of the girls throwing the tampons, and I've had Nancy Allen on, and I had the set decorator on as well. His name's escaping me here at the moment. One of the things that fascinates me with Carrie is that you see a lot of movies today where nobody looks like a teenager.
I know.
Sissy Spacek was
Sissy Spacek.
27
I
and
know.
she looked like a teenager. And
I'm telling you. Telling
apparently
you.
it was how she dressed.
I'm telling you. Yeah. Um, I love the film. Takes me back to my childhood, very early 80s. And I remember hearing kids talk about Carrie at school. Carrie, have you seen Carrie? Did you see Carrie? And it always stuck out in my head. But yeah, so there's my first one. No particular order, but yeah,
I gotta
Carrie.
say too, a lot of beautiful women in that film, but
Oh yeah,
I
most
gotta
definitely.
say, Sissy Spacek, though, I I always found her attractive.
She's a
And
cutie pie. She's a
yeah,
cutie.
I mean, I can understand where she's the ugly duckling in that film, but
Hmm.
I tell you, when they get the close-up shots of her and whatnot, especially the eyes, she's got very distinctive
Yeah,
eyes.
very, very.
Yeah,
No, you're
um,
right.
yeah.
Very. Years ago, I came across the Sissy Spacek solo album. She did like an album of her music. It's crap, really. I regret not getting it. It was a really good price. I said, should I get it? You know, I'm a fan of Carrie. I like Sissy Spacek. Maybe I should get it. I didn't get it. Just for collection purposes, I would have got it just because I'm a fan.
Hmm.
But anyhow, that's another story.
Well,
So Carrie.
she did win the Oscar for Coal Miner's Daughter, playing Loretta Lynn, and
Oh, okay.
she did her own singing in that.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, yep. So, and again, the age thing in that one, where I think she started out 14 apparently,
Hmm.
and somehow Sissy made it work. A lot of today, especially today, it doesn't work.
Hmm. Hmm.
Sissy Spacek did it by the way she dressed and the way she postured herself.
It was
You
great.
know,
It was great.
yeah.
She
Love
played that
Carrie.
part very well.
Great
Yeah.
choice.
Thank you. Thank you. You're up. Number
Well,
two.
my number two that coming through, following through, is from 1978.
1978. Give me a hint. I'm going to try to guess.
Well, all I can say is I bet it's on your list too.
Oh, I could tell you exactly what it is right now. Halloween.
It is John Carpenter's
Oh,
Halloween.
you know what? You put me to shame right there because you've got all the fucking autographs. So you know what? Let's do this exactly at the same time. There it is right there. I've got the
Hmm.
lenticular cover right there.
Oh,
I've got
nice.
I've got many versions of this on
Same
DVD
here.
and Blu-ray and VHS. I think I even have the CED of it and the laser disc of it. But anyhow, oh man, I don't even want to show my copy with all those signatures you got on yours, man. I'm jealous.
I got
Yes.
I got Will Sandin on here. I've got Tony Moran. I got
Yep.
Sandy Johnson, of course, who's been on the show,
Yep.
and I got PJ Souls, who wrote totally on it. She was also in Carrie. But
Love that
yeah,
lenticular cover.
there you go. There you go. I like that. I've
Yeah,
got a
and
lot of versions of this as well, you
this is
know.
an interesting addition too because it's a double disc set. This one's hard to find as well. I'll
Hmm.
show you a bit of it right there. It's got the card and it's got the double disc set. This was back in the day when you could get Anchor Bay. This is actually numbered. I've got number 28,164 out of I have no idea what. But back in the day when Anchor Bay was pumping out the horror stuff, I was getting
Hmm.
it while the getting was good. Every Tuesday, man, I was at like the shops scooping up all the VHS and whatnot, all the new releases and
And then here I
yeah,
got Nick Castle.
Nick Castle. Yep,
Yep,
great. That's a great copy, man. Great
yep.
copy. All the signatures. So there's our number two right there, Halloween 1978. Very extremely atmospheric film. I've revisited it recently this year on Blu-ray. Um, you know, it's really funny with the whole Blu-ray thing. It took me a long time to get into Blu-rays, and when I upgraded my TV set, it was a high def. So when I'm watching these old films from like the 70s or even before that, it was just like, huh? What? Everything was just so crisp and clear and like you could reach out and touch the people. It took me a long, I'm still trying to get used to it actually. I'm used to the old grainy, dingy, what we grew up watching and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, Halloween 1978 coming at you on Python's Paradise and Creepy Ghoul Vision collab.
And I gotta say, revisited recently too, because I saw it twice in Toronto at the
Yeah,
Imagine Theater on Carlton Theater.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I've I've now seen it six times on the big screen, and none of those were in 1978.
Yeah, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, and PJ Souls is so sexy in that movie.
No, no doubt. No doubt.
When she says, "See anything you like," it's like, yeah.
hmm hmm So that's our number two. So number three, you're up.
Well, we're moving into 1980 for my
Okay.
next one.
Again, give me a hint.
It's got an Academy Award winner in it. Not from this film, though, but an Academy Award winner in it.
Give me a hint.
Huh?
Give me another hint.
Another hint? Well,
Yeah.
the Academy Award winner is British.
Just tell me what it is.
Eh, Dress to Kill.
Oh, Dress to Kill. Okay. I have that on VHS, I think. I might
I've
have it
got
on DVD.
I've got three different prints of this film.
Dress
This
to
is
Kill.
this
Yeah.
was the 4K plus
Yeah.
Blu-ray. Plus, I've got two other versions of it over there as
That's
well.
a hot cover, man. That's a hot cover. That's what I'm talking about. Heels, stockings. I love that shit. I'll tell you that right now.
I've
Yeah,
interviewed
Dress to Kill.
Nancy. I've interviewed Nancy Allen, and she said that is not her legs on that cover.
No, I didn't think it was.
But I'll tell
Dress to
you
Kill.
something. when I had her on the show, I was so glad I got her. I had her on for like 2 hours. She had the best reaction to Skittles, I'll tell you that. Um, Dress to Kill to me is so underrated. It's my favorite De Palma film. And
Mhm,
I
mhm.
remember when I was talking to Nancy, I'm going to say, I said to her, I said, Nancy, you do nudity in this film. But I said, nudity aside, there are two areas in this film you totally turned me on. And and when I told her what they were, she had never heard it before.
Yeah.
The first area I told her about is when she is running through the subway with her blue feather boa on, and she grabs hold of the subway turnpike there and hoists herself up over to get away from the thugs chasing
Mhm.
her. I said to Nancy, I said, I've seen Kurt Russell do that in Escape from New York, and
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
or a cut scene from Escape from New York, and nobody did it make it look as sexy as what you did, and she
Mhm,
kind of laughed at that.
mhm, mhm.
But I told her also, I said she has seen in the police station where she's being interrogated by Dennis Franz, and I said to Nancy, I said, there's a scene in it where he's interrogating her and he goes, because she plays a prostitute, Liz Blake, who witnesses murder.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay, because she was in that building. And he goes, who is you fucking? And the look on her face when she goes, fuck you. I said to Nancy, I said, I've never been more turned on by somebody swearing in my life. That look on your face. And Nancy said she's never heard that before.
Yeah,
She was flattered. She was flattered.
yeah.
But I I've interviewed a few people now from Dress to Kill.
Nice.
I've had the daughter of the producer on, George Alito's daughter, come on here, and um, a lot of people, from 1980, they'll mention The Shining, which I think is a great film.
Hmm, hmm.
But to me, Dress to Kill is my favorite horror film of
I'm gonna have
1980.
to revisit Dress to Kill. I do own it. I'm sure I do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to revisit that. That's good.
It's a
That's good.
beautiful film to look at. And I'm
Interesting.
going to tell you something else that it does too. I remember I was hearing the radio, some kind of station on Sirius Satellite. They were talking
Yeah,
about women's top sexual fantasies.
yeah.
And number one, and this was blew my mind because I
Let's
actually
hear it.
knew a woman that had this fantasy.
Let's hear it.
The whole sexual assault, the rape fantasy.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
I've known women that tend to like that as well. I've heard that many times in the past, like the whole restraining, the whole,
Hmm.
rape fantasy type of thing, the assault.
And
Yeah.
it's really about giving up control is what it is. Nobody wants to be hurt or assaulted.
Miss
And
45.
I said to uh when I was interviewing Nancy, I said, when this film opens, you got this scene in the shower there, a beautiful moment there with Angie Dickinson in the shower. And you got the steam and this and that. And then all of a sudden this hand goes across her mouth and she's being sexually assaulted. And when she pulls the hand away and screams, it cuts to her in bed having bad sex with her husband and faking it.
Yeah,
And
I vaguely remember that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and I was like, wow. When I heard that on Sirius Satellite about women's sexual fantasies, I immediately thought of that scene because Angie Dickinson played a sexually frustrated housewife
Hmm, hmm.
and who was going places where she shouldn't. Another thing I love in Dress to Kill is Pino Donaggio's music score, and he does the music for Carrie as well.
Hmm.
There's long stretches in this film. You got two shower scenes, one with Angie Dickinson and one with Nancy Allen. And
Hmm.
you got one big, amazing, beautifully photographed museum sequence.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
all music, all
Hmm.
told by music.
Hmm.
And it's great stuff, the way
Hmm.
music is used in it. It's a very stylish De Palma film.
I'm going to
Uh,
revisit it. I am
yeah,
going to revisit that and Saturday night as well. Yeah, most definitely.
yeah.
Good, good,
But there's a
good.
lot of references to Hitchcock, particularly Psycho, like an elevator scene.
Yeah,
Um, I love Dress to Kill, and it's like I said, I got three different copies of it on Blu-ray. And of course,
interesting.
on the back here, you got beautiful Nancy Allen
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Do you have a
And
steelbook version of it? Is there one?
I don't have a steelbook version of it,
I
but
wonder if there is one.
there might be. I mean, this is a 4K.
Hmm.
Plus, there's a Blu-ray in it. Plus, I got two other. So I got like four discs of this film.
Yeah, yeah.
I love Dress to Kill. It's a film I love to pop in. I know it
Cool.
played at the Carlton in Toronto this past summer, but I wasn't in
Hmm.
Toronto. Otherwise, I would have went to it.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
What's
right.
your next one?
So my number three, what's it gonna be? I'm just trying to be very random. Okay. Let me give you a hint. I don't even have to tell you the year, really. Let me just give you the two actors because this is quite a combination that I don't believe has ever happened again. John Candy and Richard Pryor.
Brewster's Millions.
You got that fucking right. Brewster's Millions, one of my favorite comedies of all time, one of my favorite films of all time. I've seen this film. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've seen this film. This is such. Nobody ever talks about this film. Nobody ever talks about it. Let's face it. One of John Candy's lesser known films. Let's get that
Hmm.
straight. Okay.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor. When we talk about Richard Pryor, like we don't really talk about really any, like we talk about the toy. I remember when the toy was popular, and that wasn't even that great of a film. But Brewster's Millions is such a feel-good film. Um, uh, like I just love the combination of Candy and Pryor in this film. I wished that I was in Brewster's shoes in this film right here. You don't have to be crazy to blow 30 million in 30 days, but it helps. So he inherits the $30 million,
Hmm.
and we're talking back in the mid '80s here, not nowadays. This is like 30 million. Like nowadays is like probably fuck all. But anyhow, and he's got 30 days to spend every last red cent and have nothing to show for it except receipts. And then if he does that successfully, he inherits $300 million from his dead uncle's estate. This is a fun fucking film. Like seriously, like party people, if you guys haven't seen this film, I suggest that you do because I'm sure that this is not only a Creepy Ghoul recommendation, but it's also a Greg Gilbert Python Hyena's recommendation as well. Am I right? I said, am I right?
You are right. You know what may tell you one thing it does tell you too? A
Tell me.
very important message.
Yes.
Because it shows you a lot of people scratch lottery tickets and whatnot. They want to get rich. They want to get rich. This right here shows you what happens when you're rich.
Yeah.
And it really,
I know
it
what you're
gets
gonna
to the
say.
point, it gets to the point where he's like, "Oh, I'm getting so sick of being rich.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. One of my favorite films of all time, Brewster Millions. This is actually funny enough, and I didn't realize this till much later in life. This is a remake. The original Brewster's Millions was from, don't quote me on this, I'm just going by memory, from the 50s. There was one called Brewster's Millions, similar scenario.
Mhm.
Um, but this is the pretty much a remake and a very extremely well done remake as well.
I love
Brewster's
it. Yeah.
Millions. Yeah.
Oh
Love
yeah.
it.
I grew up
Very,
with that one.
yeah. Oh, I remember we got back in the video days, my uncle brought this home on VHS. I knew nothing about it. I was watching what he was watching because he lived with us at the time. And this was one of them. I remember seeing it. And I just, and him sitting there explaining the film to me. So you do understand what he said, right? And I said, no. And my uncle explained it to me, what he had to do, Brewster had to do. He had to spend all this money, blah, 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 to inherit this. And I'm like, wow. And this really stuck with me through adulthood. Like, seriously, this is such a great film.
I
Great
agree.
forgotten film.
Oh, I
Yeah.
haven't forgotten it. I haven't
Yeah.
forgotten it. Yeah. Well, we'll go trekking to 1981 for me.
Okay.
I was 9 years old. I have one fantasy film on this list,
Hmm.
and it's up next. What do you think the fantasy film is?
From what year, sorry?
1981.
Don't tell me I'm thinking Legend, but I know I'm wrong. Not Labyrinth. No, that was later. Um, let me guess. The Never-Ending Story.
No,
Tell me what.
although I've interviewed the Empress from the
Of course you
Neverending
have.
Story,
Of course you
she
have.
she's actually a ballet dancer now. And
Yeah.
you want me to tell you something about her? Her name's Tammy Straduk.
Hmm.
She was born exactly 3 weeks after I was, same year.
Mm, mm,
And she's stunning.
mm,
Yep. I've had her on twice, yeah, from the Neverending Story. But that's not it.
mm.
That's not it. This is a film I remember when the stickers were in the cereal boxes, you know.
Oh, say no more. I was gonna say Clash of the Titans. I have that exact Blu-ray. Clash, I remember that like it was yesterday. Those lenticular stickers, I had them.
Mhm.
I fucking had them. They were like this small, little
Yep.
square. I had them. They were thick too.
I
I had them.
remember I
I had
remember
them.
every one of those
Oh
stickers,
God.
you know.
That's a good pick right there. I love that movie as a kid, and I still do. It looks spectacular on Blu-ray, I gotta say. I
I,
loved fucking Medusa in that film,
yep.
Cerebus. Oh, what's not to like about that film, man?
You know
Seriously.
what? I've had John Walsh on the show in tribute to Ray Harryhausen because
Yeah,
he worked closely with Ray.
yeah.
Yeah. But back in I think it was the 90s, I wrote to Ray Harryhausen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I got an autographed picture.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. Well, I told him what Clash of the Titans meant to me growing up.
Yeah.
As I said, this film, even more than Star Wars, even, and I was a big Star Wars guy, but Clash of the Titans, this would have been my number one pick film from my childhood. I love
Yeah,
this
yeah.
film.
Excellent
And
pick.
yeah, and this to me, I mean, it came out the same week as Raiders of the Lost Ark in the theater, which is
Oh, really?
amazing. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Raiders was the number one of the year, but this here was a
Hmm.
hit as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
And Harry Hamlin played a great hero in it in
Hmm.
Perseus. Judy
Hmm.
Bowker was gorgeous as Andromeda, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, I love the music, the sound of the kind of the harp when she summoned her spirit summoned to
Hmm.
go and get in that cage that the vulture's going to carry,
Yeah.
and the sound of kind of the flute sound when he's placed on the beach in Java, and look at the how of course you got Burgess Meredith playing Ammon in it, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
But look at the actors they have playing the gods in it. Who better to
Yeah,
play Zeus than Laurence Olivier?
yeah, yeah.
And when he says, let loose the
It
Kraken,
was the
he
Kraken.
says it with such authority.
Yeah.
And you have Claire Bloom and you have Maggie Smith. When she did the Harry Potter films, I immediately thought of her as in this, where she, of course, is the mother of Calibos,
Hmm.
and of course, Ursula Andress playing the goddess of love, Ursula Andress, gorgeous. they had the perfect actors to
Hmm.
play those roles, and
Hmm.
so much imagination. A lot of people complained about Boo Boo the Owl. I liked Boo Boo the Owl.
Yeah, no,
I liked Boo Boo
yeah,
the Owl.
no,
I
that
like
owl, yeah, the owl worked. It
I
worked.
liked, yeah, and I liked Pegasus, especially the silhouette when his the wings
Hmm.
go up,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
and you got the Kraken, looming up, and with the forearms, and you got the giant scorpions,
Hmm.
and you got the Stygian witches, of course,
Hmm.
and of course my favorite part, Medusa.
Mm,
you
mine
know.
too. Mine
And
too.
I'm going to tell you when Perseus goes in there with Medusa. Of course, let's not forget the two-headed wolf dog.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But with Medusa, like there's some genuine suspense there.
I
Like when he's
remember,
got
of course. Yeah,
the
yeah,
beads of sweat on his
yeah.
forehead, like they lost one guard to the dog, the two-headed dog. When they go in there, you see the silhouette of Medusa's
Hmm.
head, and the snakes on their head.
Yeah, I
And I
remember as a kid.
love that, and the tail shaking there, the
Yeah,
rattle,
the
you
rattle.
know,
I
and
was on
and
the edge of my seat as a kid during that particular scene of Medusa. I
and
really
one
was.
person gets so close to that pool there, and then this just and the arrow goes into his back, and he goes
Yeah,
into, and then you hear this noise, and you got Medusa crawling. What a great entry for Medusa crawling out there and going down those stairs, and of course.
yeah,
Pulls out. I love the bow and arrow for Medusa. She
yeah.
shoots. She's looking around. She shoots the arrow, hits this guy's shield, and he lands on the ground. And of course, he looks up and she turns him to stone. And of course,
Yep.
he has to get her head. I love the title Clash of the Titans because you know what it really
Hmm.
is.
Hmm.
Clash of the Titans really symbolizes it's really a clash between Medusa's head and the Kraken.
Yeah.
That's the
That.
Titans.
Yeah.
But
That's how it ended up. Yeah.
Perseus is the one in control of the Medusa's head to take down the
Hmm.
Kraken. So
Hmm.
he is the dominant one of the two.
Hmm.
And of course, Zeus is one. I love that. He's got all these figurines, and he just kind of
Yeah.
sets Perseus up on his feet there. This film just enhanced my imagination.
Yeah.
The Star Wars films did it too, but there was just something about the 1981 class. The remake was shit, but
I didn't even bother. I didn't even bother. Why would you even bother?
yeah.
Another thing I loved about this film right here was back in the
Mhm.
day without any CGI or any of that crap. It was all stop motion.
Yeah.
Only Ray Harryhausen can do it like that, man. I'm telling you.
He was
Um,
going to do another Sinbad after this, but
mhm.
I think because of the way the special effects were evolving and whatnot, this was his last film that he did. I think my second favorite of his was Golden Voyage of Sinbad. Of course, I had the gorgeous Caroline Munro in that,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I love Clash of the Titans, and
Me
to
too.
this day, yeah, just there's just so much, and of course the weapons, the helmet that makes them invisible,
Yep,
the sword that can slice through marble, and the shield that will one day guard his life, and
yep. And it did,
yep, yep.
you know.
I like how it guarded him. It didn't quite. It's not like it's guarding him this way. It's guarding him in another way
Hmm.
when
Hmm.
he gets to the lair. So I love Clash of the
Me
Titans.
too.
Yeah,
Great pick. Great pick.
yeah, I could tell it enhanced your imagination as
Yeah,
well.
great pick. Definitely. I didn't
Yeah.
expect that, but yeah, good stuff. All right,
Yeah. What's your next one?
so I'm doing a number four, right? This is number four,
Yep.
right? Okay, so I'm just gonna pick randomly here. Here it is right here. Let me give you a hint. It's not gonna be much of a hint. but it's not going to be what you think. John Hughes.
Wow. Well, here's what I'm going to say. I think I know which one you're going to pick. My favorite John Hughes film is 16 Candles.
Hmm.
Love 16 Candles, but I don't think that's the one you're picking. I think you picked Weird Science, didn't you?
You're correct.
Oh, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I got
Let's
that on
face it.
Blu-ray as well.
Let's face it. No one ever talks about this film. It's rarely talked about when we talk about John Hughes. Everybody talks about the trilogy, the Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, A Weird Science. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, late 80s or mid 80s, sorry. Um, like every fucking teenager wanted to be this guy. I wanted to be this guy. You know what I mean? When I started high school, transitioning from public school into high school, I
Mhm.
needed to reinvent myself. I needed a new identity. And this film, this guy, this dude popped into my head. Matthew Broderick played the character so fucking well. This is such a great film. How many people have you interviewed from this, if any?
I haven't interviewed anybody, and I want to. I've seen it
Wow.
screened. I've seen it
Wow.
screened. I'm going to tell you, it's funny because 16 Candles is my favorite John Hughes movie. That one there would be up there, maybe even number two for
Hmm.
John Hughes. Because
Hmm.
I like The Breakfast Club and I like Weird Science and whatnot, but I
Me
like
too.
that more than those two.
Great film. Like, tell me you didn't want to be this guy.
You know, it's interesting when you say that. It's reminded me of my John Travolta Saturday Night Fever
There you go.
experience.
There you go.
But that's a great pick. I Have you ever seen it on the big screen? Because I have back
I'd
a
love
few.
to.
I did see it on the big screen.
I would love to see this.
Not in 1986 though.
86, that's right. Yeah. I would have loved to have seen it on the big screen.
Yeah.
I usually collect whatever I find of this film, which is little to
Hmm.
nothing. I've got right after this segment that we're doing here, I got to shoot my Collectibles Corner video part two. I shot and posted part one last night.
Hmm.
I've got part two here to do, and I've got some Ferris Bueller's Day Off collectibles to showcase in that one. But normally stuff from this film is just really hard to get. I would love a Ferris Bueller action figure if it even exists. Like, damn, I spent years and years and years and years and years trying to find that vest in the thrift stores, man, or anything close to it. I wanted to be this guy. He reminded me so much of myself and all the things I would do and I would say back in the day, even up to now. Ferris Bueller. Above, you probably saw it. You probably remember. Above
Hmm.
my headboard, I got
Yep.
the big 24 by 36 Ferris Bueller's Day Off poster. It's him
Hmm.
leaning back and it
Yep.
says "Leisure Rules."
Yep.
Love the film, man. Love the film. One of my favorite films of all time.
I think that's a great pick. I saw it on a um I don't know whether it was during the pandemic or whatnot when they're screening older movies, but I saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I went to see that on the big screen, and
I
yeah,
envy
I
you.
love it.
I would have
Yeah,
loved to have seen the big screen version of that. Definitely.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it plays down there in the Carlton.
I
I
would
wouldn't.
definitely go see it. Yeah, just for the
Yeah.
sake of seeing it on the big screen.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
definitely. With a box of
And
popcorn.
yeah, I love the fact they go to different places too,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I got some nice Ferris Bueller Day Off posters I haven't put up yet. I got some nice silk posters and whatnot. It's just, it's just a really cool film. It's a feel-good film. It's a fun film. What's not to like about this film, honestly? You
Yep.
know what I mean? You know,
Yep.
John Lennon was the walrus. I mean, I could be the walrus, but I'd still have to bum rides off people.
Hmm. That's a great pick, fantastic. I'd say that might be my second to 16 Candles. I have to
Uh,
see all John Hughes' stuff, but yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But Yeah, but when I mentioned 16 Candles, most people they'll think of the other Ringwald movies,
Hmm.
whatnot. So yeah,
16 Candles was a great film. Yeah.
I love 16 Candles.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
Also in 1981, uh,
Throw me a hint.
let's just say that the female lead is no longer with us, but boy, she fascinated the shit out of me. And I've done 5 tribute interviews uh, on her with her widow.
What genre?
Horror.
Oh, man. Is it somehow related to Argento?
No, but interesting comparison.
Okay, go ahead. Go for it. Hit me with it.
I first saw clips of this movie. In fact, I discovered a lot of movies through Terror in the Isles. And when I got a look at this woman, I had to find out what this movie was. And I'm talking Miss 45.
Oh, yeah. I too love that film and am seeking the Blu-ray copy of it for my collection. Yes, sir. Um, yeah, what a cool fucking revenge film right next to Don't Mess with My Sister or I Spit on Your Grave with Camille Keaton. I met Camille
Hmm.
Keaton. What a beautiful woman she was.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love Miss 45. The original, it's nobody really talks about this film too, Miss 45. People talk about maybe I Spit on Your Grave. That's the ultimate 70s revenge film type of thing, cult, underground. This is just a cult film. This isn't such an underground film to this day, Miss 45. Why did they even do a remake? I actually don't know if the remake's good or bad. I never bothered with it because I'm like, why? Why? That's like them redoing The Warriors, which I hope to God never happens. But yeah, Miss 45. Yeah.
I saw clips of it. I discovered a lot of movies through that Terror in the Isles documentary that was hosted by Donald Pleasance and Nancy Allen. And they showed the scene where she was being surrounded in Central Park in New York by the gang going walking around her, and she blows them all away. I was just completely fixated on Zoe Tamerlis Lund. And I do tribute interviews on my show when people passed away. I've had her widow, Robert Lund, on the show 5 times, you
Wow.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. She unfortunately died at age 37. She had
Oh.
an issue with drugs.
Mm.
Yep. And Robert got himself cleaned up, but he got himself cleaned up long before she did,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. But ever since seeing her in clips of it, I had to find out what this movie was. Eventually, I found out. And I just had a thing for this woman. And of course, she appears in Bad Lieutenant too, with red hair. And shit, she's hot.
Yeah. Yeah. I do remember. I
I've
love the
met,
film.
yeah, I've interviewed a couple of other people from this film too. So um, I was very, very lucky in terms of interviews from this because and of course, the landlady that's in it, that's nosing around, she's gone now, but she was 100 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Zoe,
Okay.
unfortunately, was
Cool.
only 37, but boy, I love this film. And it had a different cover, but it has
Hmm.
this reverse cover. So I put this up
Hmm.
because I love that poster.
Yeah. It's a great one. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. And I love it when she gets done up as the nun and then the
Yeah. Yeah.
Halloween party, that rousing Halloween party. I thought she was so hot.
I've got the
So,
LP soundtrack to that film. It's a great soundtrack.
yeah, I love Miss 45.
Mm.
So, yeah, yeah.
All
What's your
right.
next one?
Well, my next one is going to happen after we take a little intermission. I need a bathroom break. Can we put
Well,
this on pause for a sec?
I'm gonna put this on pause.
And this cat lady triple IPA is going right through me, and I need a bathroom break. So when I get back, I'll do my number five. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
I will be right back. Quick,
Oh,
fast, in a hurry.
absolutely. Okay, we are back after the creepy ghoul's very creepy bathroom intermission.
Yeah,
I,
my number one ended up turning into a fucking number two.
was it anything like the bathroom intermission in Dumb and Dumber
I
with
knew
Jeff
you were going to
Daniels?
say that. I knew you were going to say that. No, but pretty damn close. Because for lunch, I had three-piece fried chicken spicy with some mashed potatoes and a Mountain Dew. So now, anyhow, let, let's get on with it.
Well, I just concluded talking about Miss 45 and of course the gorgeous Zoe Tamerlis Lund.
Yeah,
Wow, I never forgot her from the moment I saw that film.
yeah, no doubt,
And
no doubt.
yeah. So what's your next one?
Okay, what do we got? One, two, three, four. Oh, six more. So I'm on number five. Okay, so what's it going to be? What is it going to be? I'll tell you what it's going to be. It's going to be this one right here. Let me give you a hint. Up in smoke, that's where my money
Oh,
goes.
gee, I was gonna say Forrest Gump.
I'll, I'll, let me let me tell you something. I am not a weed smoker. Okay, in my entire 51 years on this planet Earth, I must have taken one, maybe two little puffs of a joint. I've
I
had
haven't either. Yeah, I have not done at all.
I've had weed laced brownies, which were rather good, but made me numb at my desk at work while everybody else laughed. This was back in the 90s. Anyhow, um, I'm not. I'm not a pothead. I'm not a weed guy. I could care less about the culture. However, this right here is one of my favorite comedies of all time, and it's also one of my favorite films of all time. This is a film I can watch over and over and over and over and over and over again and not get sick of it right here. There's a million and one jokes in this film. This, in my opinion, was a period piece. Fucking LA back in the day when it was shot. Um, what is not to like about this film? Whether you're a pothead or not, man, there's something in this film for everybody, man. This is like one laugh after another after another. This is nonstop laughter. The first Cheech and Chong film, Up in Smoke, another one of my favorite. I like actually most of the Cheech and Chong films, to be quite honest with you. I do like I guess like weed culture films. Like I loved Half Baked as well. Remember Half Baked?
Hmm.
Yeah, with
I
Dave
saw that.
Chappelle.
Saw that in the theater.
I love that film. I thought that was like the coolest fucking film. Up in Smoke, next to Cheech and Chong's next movie, next to Nice Dreams, are all great fucking films, man. They're absolute mindless films. Just I can't get enough of this film right here.
I've
It is,
interviewed Wally
yeah,
Wharton, who's in that
yeah.
film, and she is such a hoot.
I remember you mentioning that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Up
I
in
want,
Smoke.
yeah. Yeah, it's to me, I think it's the best Cheech and Chong movie. I don't think I've seen them all, but
Yeah,
that's the
this
best one I've seen yet.
this is the best Cheech and Chong film ever. Most definitely. Here's one I'd like to get on Blu-ray as well. Um, I'm
I've
sure
got
there'd
it on
be
Blu-ray.
you have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I bet there's an array of features on there. I could be wrong, but if you recall, what are some of the features on there? Do you remember or not?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember, but it is on Blu-ray because I've got it here.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's going to be on my Blu-ray list. This has got deleted scenes with commentary, the featurette with Cheech Marine, um, and whatnot, widescreen theatrical trailer. Yeah, so I'm sure the Blu-ray's got an array of features, but yeah, I've got this
Yeah.
probably on every format. Such a great film.
I've even got a T-shirt with of Up in Smoke.
Speaking of shirts, and the video I'm going to shoot after this, I've got some Cheech and Chong collectibles to showcase, one of which I got today, as a matter of fact. But anyhow, yeah, that's my number five right there. No particular order here, but one of my top 10 favorite films of all time.
Great choice. Great choice. Yep.
There you go.
I like it. The lard ass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sergeant
yeah.
Stadenko.
Garden Satanko. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, lard ass.
Well, next we're going into Canadian territory for 1982.
1982 Canadian. Give me a hint.
Well, the best hint I can give you is that there was a person in the film that made a big impact on my life.
What genre?
Thriller.
1982. Hmm. Okay, hit me with it. Oh,
Class of
class
Night.
of 1984. Yes. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah.
And Lisa
Yeah.
Langlois, of course, is one that made the big impact on me because I've
Yeah.
never traveled until she invited me to a sister at Horrorama in
Yeah.
Toronto. And
Yeah.
it changed a lot for me. That
Yeah.
did. And
I know that it did. Since
mhm,
I've known you, we've spoken, and yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, it changed like a section of your life completely.
absolutely. And I always had a big crush on Lisa in this film. I mean, as
Yeah.
Patsy,
Yeah.
I mean, the hair and everything, like she
Yeah.
was stunning. I've interviewed her a couple times on the show. I've had Stefan Armgrim on here 4 or 5 times, and Erin Noble,
Hmm.
who's the clarinet girl. I actually got to see her in Toronto when I was there last, you know?
No, you mentioned that to me. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah. So
yep.
Class of '84 is a really cool, dark film.
Hmm.
Um, again, it's still an underrated film. Just it caters to like guys like us, like in the underground, the obscure. I'm so glad it saw a Blu-ray release.
Hmm.
And eventually saw a Blu-ray release, which is pretty cool. What is there a lot of features on that one? I'm
Oh
assuming there
yeah,
would be. Yeah.
there's a
Who put that
lot.
out? Shout Factory, I'm guessing. Shout,
Um,
Scream Factory, Shout Factory. I should say on the spine or at the bottom. No, I think it was like
yep,
Shout,
Scream.
Scream. I
Yeah,
figured. Yeah, they usually have an array of features on their discs
yep,
and
this
whatnot. Yeah,
does.
and you're
Yeah.
lucky you got the slipcase version too. Looks amazing in a collection.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's a
I've
Blu-ray.
had Gord Lewis on from Teenage Head as well, who
Oh yeah,
unfortunately is
yeah,
no longer with us, but
yeah. I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a Blu-ray that's definitely on my list as well. Um,
mhm,
Lisa, no question about it, was cute as hell in that film. I met her like what at Horrorama a couple of years
mhm,
ago. She still looks stunning as always.
mhm,
Um, I got you were there. I got a in one of her bins I dug and I found a VHS copy of Class of 1984, which she signed for me, and I've got it in a little plastic Ziploc bag in my VHS jam room on display there, which you saw
mhm.
when you were over. And yeah, yeah, really cool. Happy to have that one on VHS, most definitely.
Yeah, when I went to Chiller with Lisa in New Jersey, I got to meet Stefan Arngram.
Yeah.
Yep, so he was there, so I got to meet him in person, and and oh, I had one of the rival gang on the. Why is his name escaping me? Because he was a stunt guy, and he was at Horrorama one, or no, Frightmare in the Falls one
Hmm.
year when Lisa was there, because he was there with Keith David.
Hmm.
So yeah, but no, I had he was one of the rival gang members that they fought. I know I'm gonna
Hmm.
find him because I don't want to
Hmm.
disrespect the poor guy. Oh, Roy T. Anderson.
Hmm.
Yeah. He was one of the Leroy gang, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
What kind of sort of irks me a little bit, and I don't know how things were back then when the film was being shot and with the actors and actresses and whatnot. Um, Lisa Langlois, her name was not credited in a lot of things I've seen from class of 1984. Like I've got a poster in there, a mini poster, and Lisa's name is nowhere on there. I mean, I know she verbally she played a very small part in the film, but like physically she was in the film throughout and whatnot as an accompaniment to the gangs and whatnot. But I don't believe she got the credit that she fully deserved from that film. Outside of the con circuit, in my opinion. But I hope her name is on that Blu-ray somewhere in the credits. I hope it is.
Just the main. Well,
The main people, right?
well, Mary Lynn Ross I've had on the show as well.
Hmm.
Played the teacher's wife.
Hmm.
I've had her on the show.
Yeah, it's just a bit of an observation, that's all. But that's not supposed to mean anything, of course. But
And
I
I
mean,
met Neil Clifford in Toronto. I don't think he lives in Toronto anymore. I think he moved. I think he might have. I think it was Nova Scotia. I think he moved to. I never had him on the show.
mhm.
He was the one that was had the table saw incident in the film.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Lisa and I did meet him. His experiences on the film was not the best,
Hmm.
but anyway.
But
But
nevertheless, what a dark film.
Lisa and I went to around the locations for the film too, because it was shot, of course, in Toronto. We went
Yeah.
to the school, we found the teacher's house, we found the alleyway where Michael J. Fox and Aaron Noble were
Oh
being
yeah.
accosted there, and yeah, I to me this is Toronto.
Hmm. Hmm.
I love this film, and I
Hmm.
love Teenage Head. Of course, I had Gord Lewis on. I
Hmm.
hear their song "Little Boxes" in the background whenever they're in the little office there. They're checking out the merchandise, as they call it. But I love Class of 1984, and
Hmm.
I classify it as a Canadian film. I think
Yeah,
it's a joint project between
sure,
Canadian and American, but I
sure.
call it Canadian because it was shot here.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, love Class of 1984, and a
Good pick.
special thank you to Lisa Langlois for introducing me. I wouldn't know you right now if it wasn't for Lisa.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I
so
know.
yeah. So what's your next one?
Okay, what's it gonna be? Let's see. It was going to be Lucio Fulci. Now I'm just trying to, I want to get the year correct. Yep, I knew it was. Lucio Fulci, one of my favorite Italian film directors next to Argento, next to Bava. One of my
Joe
favorite,
D'Amato and
oh, Joe, I love Joe D'Amato. One of my favorite films of
I
all
could I
times.
couldn't tell you which one it is because I don't think I have any Fulci films here. I
Okay.
probably should. I do have Absurd here from Joe D'Amato.
Ooh,
I saw I
absurd.
saw Absurd at
Yes.
Horrorama, and
Yes.
I think it was screened there. I didn't even know what Absurd was. I went and I
Uh,
just friggin' enjoyed it, you know.
yeah, absurd. What a
But
devastating film that was. Holy crap.
yeah,
Um, One of my favorite films of all time, particularly in the horror genre, is called The Gates of Hell, also known as City of the Living Dead.
okay, I'm familiar with it. Yep.
Yes.
I haven't seen it, but I know which one you're talking about.
I'll never forget the first time I saw this. I was in my friend Brian's basement back in like the very extremely early 90s. Like we're talking 90 or 91 even, maybe even 92. I don't remember. But yeah, I came late to the game here with Fulci. and I was just like blown away by this fucking film. It's holy crap, man. For those of you who haven't seen City of the Living Dead, I highly recommend this film. It's got to be one of Italy's best in the genre. I'm telling you. Everybody always talks about Suspiria. Suspiria
I
is a
love Suspiria.
I do too. No, I do too. It's a great film.
That
Uh,
and Deep Red.
yeah, the Argento film.
Yeah.
Suspiria can be overrated at times, but it's not the only film Argento ever fucking did, man. I mean, shit, but I don't think Tenebrae gets enough recognition. I don't think Deep
I've
Red
got
gets
that
enough
here too.
recognition. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I mean, Lucio Fulci, I don't think this guy gets enough recognition as well. You know what I mean? House by the Cemetery, City
I
of the Living Dead.
I'm wrong. I do have a Lucio Fulci film in my collection.
Which one?
I have New York Ripper.
Oh, I love New York Ripper. Fuck yeah. Yeah, New York
I just
Ripper.
checking that on there. Is like, is that one thing I don't like about him is that I can handle a lot, but there's times when it's like he's trying to make you throw up. I like there's a kill in New York Ripper
Yeah,
where there's an
yeah,
eye assault, and I'm like,
yeah,
I like don't do that, you know. But here's the thing with New York Ripper is the locations are so great in it, you know,
yeah,
and
yeah. A period piece, another period piece, in my opinion. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Same thing even with this one too. A priest in Dunwich hangs
Mhm.
himself and opens up the gates of hell. And between this place called Dunwich and New York City, weird things start happening. The dead become alive once again. I got the look. I again. You can't even see it, but the hairs are standing up talking about this film. I'm telling you right now. This is a creepy ghoul recommendation right here in the Italian giallo genre. It's not even a giallo film, but I mean it's a great fucking zombie film. City of the Living Dead. I should have the original poster to this with the gates of hell on it, the original. Yeah,
Yeah. No,
not mounted yet.
I got it. I'm wondering if I've seen clips from that. Is
You
that the one
probably
where
have.
the person gets ends up on the floor and the stuff is dripping on her face and her face is melting away?
No, that's not the one. That's not the
That's
one.
not the one.
I think
Okay.
I know what one you're talking about. That's not the one. This has got the infamous drill in the head scene. It's just watch the fucking film. Just
Okay. Okay.
watch it. Highly recommended. One of my favorite in that genre.
But it
Watch
just
this over
jogged
and
my
over again.
yeah, it just jogged my memory. It's like, yeah, I do have New York Ripper. But back
Great
then,
film.
I like how films like today it's a lot of CGI and stuff, but I love
Hmm.
when because you can do a lot with a movie with your locations. Like
Yeah.
Miss 45 does it so well. So does Class of 1984, you know,
Hmm.
where they do stuff with the locations highlight so much and
Hmm.
add so
Hmm.
much to it.
Hmm.
So I'll have to see City of the Living Dead. Yeah.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Most
Mhm.
definitely. You're up.
Well, mine is still in 1982, and like Class of 1984, Class is still in.
All right, hit me with it. Oh, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
My favorite teen flick.
You hear that?
Yeah.
That's my skull,
That's
man.
the skull. I love Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah,
I
it's a cool
love that,
film.
you know, when you hear
Sure.
we got the beat by the Go-Go's,
Yeah,
and
the
you got
Go-Go's.
all
Yeah.
the shots of the mall, you know, and they got the theater in the mall, and you got Damone walking through. You say,
Damone.
"Yep,
A lot of people used to say I look like Damone because I
hmm."
used to have my long hair back then, and they're like, "Yo, you look like Damone from Fast Times." I'm like, "Really?" A
There's a
couple people said
couple of
that to me.
Yeah, and of course, who can forget Sean Penn
Yeah,
as
yeah,
bully, and of course, Phoebe Cates coming out of that swimming pool is
yeah. I remember
totally
that. Yeah,
etched in our mind.
yeah, yeah. Two of the films you need to watch back to back. I would have to say is Fast Times at Ridgemont High and maybe Empire Records.
I
I
got
don't
that
know,
here too.
you know.
Yeah, I've got that here too. I'm gonna say there's a couple of moments in this film that really touch me.
Hmm.
And I know I mentioned one before, but I'll mention it again. I love the back and forth between Sean Penn as Jess Spicoli, the stoner,
Hmm.
and Ray Walston as Mr. Hand,
Hmm.
and Mr. Hand being very strict and whatnot. Um, and of course, Spicoli doing everything he can to drive him up the wall, be the
Mm. Yeah.
rebellious student. There's a moment in the film where, and I'm always touched by this because um, it's a moment in the film where Mr. Hand comes to Spicoli's house, and he wants to get ready to go to the dance, and he goes, "Well, I think we got things to discuss here, Mr. Spicoli." And yeah, I like this. He goes, "It's been my estimate that you've wasted blah 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 this amount of my time, and that is a kind estimate." And so if you would take your textbook out, and he says, "Oh, Mr. Hand, I left that textbook in my locker."
Yeah,
Well,
I remember
then I'm glad I remembered to bring an extra. He's got that look
that.
of defeat on his face. But here's the thing that really touches me in that scene, that whole segment, is he's like Spicoli's the one, having pizza delivered to the class and just pissing off Mr. Hand.
Hmm.
But I love it when they get to the end of this session, he answers in his way, when Mr. Hand closes the book and says, "I think I've made my point tonight." And Justice Piccoli goes, "You've always had, a student that you make an example of, blah, 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 blah." And he goes, "Well, you'll find out next year, Mr. Spicoli." And he goes,
Yeah.
"What? You're failing
Yeah.
me?" And he
Yeah.
goes, "You'll probably," he goes, "Don't worry, Mr. Piccoli. You'll probably squeak by, you
Hmm.
know." You know what? Here's what really grabs me with that scene. I think Spicoli did more than squeak by. I think, and I've had teachers do this with me, although I wasn't quite as rebellious as just Spicoli, but you get teachers that believe in you more than you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think when I look at that scene, I look at Mr. Hand and I'm like, I bet you he saw more in Jeff Spicoli than Jeff Spicoli saw in himself.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love school themed films.
I do too.
You know what I mean? Most of the times it reminds me of when I was back in school. I was the class clown type of
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
That's why I'd say Welcome Back, Kotter was probably my favorite TV show of all time because I was a sweat hog, man. I was like one of those guys back in the day, so I can relate. And yeah, I love school themed films. You know.
Well, I love this one. And there's another scene in it that I didn't mention when I was talking to you before, but I'm going to bring it up now. And that is the relationship between the brother and sister, Brad Hamilton, played by Judge Reinhold,
Hmm.
and Stacey Hamilton, played by the underratedly beautiful Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Hmm. Hmm.
There's
Hmm.
a moment in this film. This film really like there was stuff going on in this movie that was going on when I was in high school. This movie
Hmm.
just really captured high school.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
of course, there's a moment, and like Jennifer Jason Leigh's character, Stacy, she gets pregnant.
Hmm.
And of course, of course, the person that got her pregnant is screwing off, and she hears the vehicle going. She tells her brother Brad, he goes, I need to go into town. Could you take me? So he drops her off, thinking that she's going to go bowling with her friends.
Hmm.
But when he's driving, he looks in the rear view mirror and he sees her go across the other way.
Hmm.
And she's, of course, going to get an abortion.
I remember. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people, I'm not going to get into the whole abortion thing. This movie is not for or against abortion. This movie is basically showing this is what a lot of teenagers go through,
It's
you
a
know?
reality. Just like
Yeah.
Degrassi Junior High back in the day,
Mhm.
man. That was reality. You
Well, I'll
know?
tell you, she goes in and she gets the abortion. And what touched me about this is when she comes out to the parking lot, feeling very low in herself because what decision she made. And who did she see? Judge Reinhold, Brad Hamilton, her brother, kind of leaning against his car, waiting for her.
Mhm.
And she says his name because she knows she's been found out. And he goes, "Since when are you going bowling?" And she
Mhm.
goes, "Brad, just please don't tell mom and dad." And he goes, "Come on." He goes, "Who did it?" And she just
Mhm.
kind of just shakes her head and he goes, "You're not going to tell me, are you?" He goes, and then this is what got me with this. He goes, "Okay, this will be our little secret." And then he does something that a big brother should do.
Mhm.
He says, "Do you want me to take you to get something to eat?"
Mhm.
He's taking care of his sister.
Mhm.
I love that moment between them because early in the film, when she going, "It's your turn to clean the pool," and he goes, "I took out the garbage." What's,
Mhm. Mhm.
back and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I love that
yeah.
little moment between them, where it's like, okay, you're not going to tell me who did it, but I mean, they are secret. But then he's going to take her to get something to eat. It's like, you know what? I love you, sister. You know, I got
It's a cool
you.
film. It's
I
just a cool
love,
film. Yeah,
I love Fast
yeah,
Times at Ridgemont High.
yeah,
It's so rich in themes. Everything going on in this film was going on when I was in high school.
yeah,
And I've seen every one of these characters in one form or another in high
yeah,
school.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love this
Nice.
film.
Good one. Good one.
And of course, Phoebe Cates did look great coming out of in
No
that ribbon
doubt.
bikini.
No doubt.
What's
All
your next
right.
one?
My next one is going to be one of my, I have to even say, one of my top three favorite films of all time, The Warriors.
I have that one here too.
The
I've done
Warriors.
I've done
Seriously,
three interviews from
I know
that.
you have. Talk about a period piece, New York, 1970s, eh? Holy fuck. This is the greatest gang film ever made, man. I'm telling you. And a lot of people would debate that or argue against that. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. Um, seriously, I remember when I first saw this fucking film. Holy shit. Now here's the thing. With this. Now there's I don't know if a lot of people know there's two versions of this film. There's the UK version and then there's the American version, which is more widely available. The UK version was bootlegged for a very extremely long time. I managed to get like a bootleg copy of it when the get was good before all these special editions and these director's cuts came out type of thing. Um, the major difference is it has the longer intro with the gangs talking in the beginning, planning out like, what they're going to do type of thing. And then it cuts to the big Ferris wheel, the Wonder Wheel. Um, this is a very dark film. For those of you who don't know, this is such a period piece. It's not even funny. Great film. I love it. I would have loved to have been at that convention to meet all the Warriors, that Warriors convention that you were at. I think you were at that one,
It
right?
was that chiller. Yeah,
Chiller, Chiller. That's right. In the States. Yeah.
I've had Apache Ramos on my show 3 times. He made me an
Yeah.
honorary orphan.
Wicked.
Yeah, he doesn't have the afro anymore though.
I know. I know. I
And
know.
I had David Harris on twice. I met him at Chiller, and then he passed away that
Yeah,
fall.
yeah.
Yeah. He was very encouraging to me when I had the was going through the retina operation thing. I was so glad I got to meet him and have him on the show twice. And I had Iris Klein on, who was one of the Lizzies as well.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
mentioned, yeah. I
yeah.
love this film with all my heart. I'm telling you, I can watch this over and over again and not
Hmm.
get sick of it. Anything of the Warriors that I come across that is feasible, I will get if I don't have it. There's not a hell of a lot out there that's actually official. However, there are things out there that retail for a pretty fucking penny, just because it's such an obscure uh, marketing film to market type of thing, like with action figures and paraphernalia and whatnot. But yeah, I love this film with all my heart. I'm telling you, one of my top three favorite films of all time, any genre, clear across the board, right
It's
there.
a
The
great movie.
Warriors.
Yeah. And I love the way the subway. Of course, I love the subway in Toronto. So when I watch the Warriors and they're going on the subway and they have to go in through all these conjoining areas, I'm going back to locations.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
This was such a location
yeah.
heavy film. I see what you mean. I totally get what you mean. Yeah,
Hmm.
the Warriors. I have, well, you've seen it. You've been to the Batcave here. I have many different versions of the Warriors posters on my wall. They're mounted
Hmm.
from Germany, from the States, from I have a Spanish version, I believe, in my bedroom there. I just love the film and everything about it. Yeah. Um, Deborah Van Valkenburg. Yeah, I never met her, but this is back in the 90s, the late 90s. A friend of mine at work went to one of the conventions in Las Vegas that he went to every year. And he goes, "Oh, guess who's going to be there?" And he said, Deborah Van Valkenburg. I'm like, oh. He goes, would you like me to get something signed for you? I'm like, I would love it. So I ended up giving him a copy of my VHS copy of The Warriors, and he brought it back with her autograph for me. I still have it. And yeah, that's it, really. The Warriors.
She was at Chiller.
Mhm.
I didn't get her auto. I was lucky to get the autographs I did. I knew I was going to go for Apache Ramos and David Harris because they were on the show.
Mhm.
But there were so many. I think how many autographs I got at that must have been close. Must have been over
Mhm.
20.
Yeah.
20, 25. I got Dorsey Wright,
Mhm.
and I got Rob Ryder,
Mhm.
and uh, I would have loved to have gotten more, but it's just like,
I know. I know.
but they had that one room, and that was just packed solid with people going in there to get autographs. So I
I,
had to be very picky. I would have
yeah.
loved to have gotten her, but the
If
only
I,
reason I got Dorsey is because he had a thing there for credit card.
yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
I mean, if I was there, honestly, all my money would have went to all the Warriors. That's it. Yeah,
mhm.
because truthfully, that is a once in this day and age, that is a once in a lifetime opportunity. It really is, you know.
Yeah.
And you're very lucky, very, very lucky.
I'm hoping that maybe Fan Expo or something like that can bring them in or something like that, and or
That would motivate me to go to Fan Expo again if some
yeah.
celebrities, like that were to appear. I doubt, you know, but you never know, right?
Yeah, but it's a great choice for a film, and I love the DJ voice going on that pieces everything together. I love that,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
you're up.
my next is we're going to 1998 to a film that I saw in the theater, and I knew this film was great before everybody else jumped on the bandwagon and discovered it. I discovered it from the get-go.
Is it a David Lynch film?
No, but that's a good choice. My favorite David Lynch film, Mulholland Drive,
Yeah,
hands down. I love it.
yeah.
But no, but this is directed by a couple of dual filmmakers that do a lot of films I like.
All
But
right.
this is my favorite of
All
their
right.
works.
Go ahead. Hit us with it. I should have fucking known, man.
The
I
Big
should have
Lebowski.
known.
This is my stoner flick.
It should have known. Yeah, it's a cool film. That's the way I would describe it. A real cool film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this in the theater. I was on board with this before it became cool to like it. Same with Office Space. You know, I
Love
was there
Office
be
Space.
yeah, same here. I was there be whenever the whenever it was cool to like this film. And it's just weird to me that seeing some of these films that just kind of hit that zeitgeist now. Yeah, I love Office Space. That was one I saw in the theater as well when it came out. But I've got couple of actually I got three versions of Big Lebowski here. I got on Blu-ray, I got the steel book of it, and I got the 4K.
Nice.
4K plus Blu-ray, so like four. But this to me, I mean, Jeff Bridges had a career long before this film,
Yeah,
but
I
this
know.
is pretty much his defining character now, and he loves it. He loves it. He
The
embraces this.
dude.
The dude, I love the dialogue. This movie is so funny, you know, and how this ordinary guy just goes gets into this extraordinary situation, you know, and doesn't know how to deal with it. And he tries to, you know, and the characters are just priceless in
Yeah.
this, you
Yeah.
know. Um, I actually got to show this to Lisa in Toronto one time, one year when I went there, and she liked it because there's a lot of films that play retrospective theaters, and of course, Big Lebowski is a film that plays there. And this got me into White Russians. Now
Yeah,
I
I
have
know.
White Russians whenever I go
Well,
to Toronto.
well, yeah, you had one when we went out to dinner and yeah.
Yep, at Boston Pizza. I remember one night, it was after I think one of the conventions in Toronto, whether it was Horrorama or Frightmare in the Falls. Lisa and I went to a restaurant and she ordered her food and I didn't know what to have to drink and she goes, "Well, you like the Big Lebowski. Why didn't you get a White Russian?" And I looked at the waitress and I said, "Can you do that?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "The dude abides," you know. But oh, this is so quotable, you know, and yeah, I love the Big Lebowski, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just one of those laid back movies
Well,
that have some very unlaid back stuff going on, and I love the Big
it's
Lebowski.
a cool film, no question about that.
What's your next one?
All right, well, and now for something completely different. Let me give you a hint. Paul Bartel, the weirdo. Paul Bartel, the weirdo filmmaker.
Well, I
Paul
know which one it
Bartel.
is.
I'm sure you do.
It's Eating Raoul, isn't
You damn right it is.
it?
You want a black comedy? Here it is right here, man. At its finest. Eating Raoul. Let me tell you something right now. I, fuck. I will never, ever forget. And I'll tell you why. I'll never forget the first time I saw this film. It was on City TV, late night movies. And I was over at my aunt's place. And I used to record shit on the VCR and whatever, and
Yeah.
I had a recording of eating Raoul and stuff like that. Oh man, I remembered. I love this film so much. That scene. I love Mary Warnov. I would have loved to have met Mary Warnov.
She's
Holy fuck.
very, very private. I know she's
I've
very
heard.
private.
I've heard.
Yeah, I heard she's into painting now and stuff
Yeah.
like that. By the way, they play the same characters at the beginning of Chopping Mall.
Oh yes, Chopping Mall. Yes.
They're the same characters, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I do recall. I do recall.
blends. Yeah. Here's the thing that I know Mary
Mm,
Warnow best as Miss Togar from Rock and Roll High School.
yeah, yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, when see her in Rock and Roll High School and then I see her in Eating Rule, it's hard not to get turned on seeing her
Hmm.
tied to that chair wearing
Here,
a Minnie Mouse outfit and
yes.
pretending to be ravaged by this guy. And she's
Here's
just going along with it. But it's like, oh my goodness, this is Miss Togar. Uh, who would have thought she was sexy?
here's the thing in the vein of transparency, and getting back to what I was saying, in the vein of transparency, I remember the one scene where she was Raoul came in and she had just been like attempted to be raped by one of her clients, and she was laying on the couch and all her clothes were like kind of sort of ripped off and dangling off her. Then Raoul came in to the rescue and strangled the dude, whatever. That one scene when she was just fucking laying there on the couch, smoking her joint that Raoul had just given her to relax. I may have even jacked off to that fucking scene back in the day. Let me tell you that right now, in the vein of transparency and making a weird video with Greg Gilbert, the Python Hyena. I'm telling you right now, Mary Warnov's fucking hot. She also played the mother in Suicidal Tendencies video Possessed to Skate. And also, I think she was in yes, she was in Suicidal Tendencies video Institutionalized as well. Um, I love Mary a lot. I love Paul Bartel. I really
Yeah,
do love Paul Bartel. Like he's such an unusual filmmaker.
he was also in Rock and Roll High School.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you see Sugar Cookies?
Ah, do I have that? Sugar
I've got it.
cookies. I
Oh,
may
oh,
have sugar cookies on VHS actually. I may have it on
okay.
VHS.
I didn't know what Sugar Cookies was until I met Lynn Lowry at Horrorama one year. I've got a ton of signed stuff from Lynn Lowry,
Yeah.
from Shivers to the Crazies to Cat People. Like I've got a lot of signed stuff, but she had a copy of Sugar Cookies on her table,
Hmm.
Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I didn't know what it was, but all I saw was her name and Mary Warnov. And I was like, I was sold just on those two names.
Oh, easy.
And they're
Easy.
both naked in it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Lynn Lowry was definitely easy on the eyes. You've seen her
Telling
in
you.
Shivers. She was a
Yeah.
stunning
Uh,
woman, and she
yep.
still is, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So Eating Raoul, two films you want to watch back to back. The Cook, the Thief, The Wife and Her Lover, and
Mhm.
Eating Raoul. You might want to watch this second to calm yourself down from watching The Cook, the Thief, The Wife and Her Lover. Black comedy at its finest.
There you go.
Next.
Okay, we're going to 2012.
Oh boy. Okay.
Now, this is where I get totally nostalgic. Actually, my next two are totally nostalgic for me.
As mine are as well.
Yeah. Well, this one here, I don't think you'll guess what it is.
I doubt.
It is a musical, and I saw it four times in the theater
Hmm.
because boy, oh boy, did it ever take my mind in that nostalgia place.
All right. Hit us with it.
Rock of Ages.
Okay. Rock of Ages. Okay. I never would have guessed. Okay. Rock of Ages. All right. Okay.
Oh my God. Number one, Tom Cruise as Stacy Jacks rocks in this movie. I'm going to tell you. He is so good in this movie. Uh, they're all sitting. Okay, there's a lot of 80s music in this movie, but there's a lot of songs that are combined. Like there's one song where they're going through a record store, boy, did that take my mind back.
Hmm.
And I'm seeing all these records, and they're singing "I Love Rock and Roll" combined with "Jukebox Hero."
Mm-hmm.
And I loved how they do it. And there's another one with protesting parents versus people trying to save this club, and they're singing "We're Not Going to Take It," and we we um, we built the city. Those two songs end up being combined, and it was brilliant how they did it. There's a lot of musical numbers in it, but it's not lame in any sense. And it's set in 1987.
Mm-hmm.
And Julian Howe, and she gets off that bus, and she goes to work at this place that Catherine Zeta-Jones and these stuck-up people are trying to close down,
Hmm.
And she has a great number where she sings a Pat Benatar song, "Hit Me with Your Best Shot," and I love the soundtrack of this. And you got a lot of music in it. But Tom Cruise is, of course, a standout. I like a lot of Tom Cruise stuff, whether it's Eyes Wide Shut, Tropic Thunder,
Mm.
Risky Business. I love Risky
Love risky
Business.
business. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Risky Business. Tom Cruise has done a lot of stuff I like, and Magnolia.
Mm.
He's great in this as the rocker Stacy Jacks. And you got Russell Brand in this. You got Alec Baldwin, Paul
Hmm.
Giamatti.
Yeah, no doubt that that would deliver an amazing soundtrack. There's no question about it. But yeah, that's an interesting pick. Okay.
I
All
picked
right.
this totally on nostalgia.
Okay. Yeah,
And
I get that.
like even when she gets off the bus and you hear the "Harden My Heart" by Quarterflash, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm being transported. But a lot of them, these people are singing the songs and they're not doing a terrible job at it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I love this. I saw it 4 times in the theater.
All right.
I really enjoyed it.
Well, interesting pick. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. For nostalgic reasons, I get that, man. I get it.
yeah.
Music is what makes the world go round. You know what I mean? You
Hmm.
hear a song and it takes you back. I mean, that's just how it is, you know?
You'll get that with my last pick too, when I put it up too.
Ooh.
Although the next one's not a musical, but we'll get to that in a moment. What's your next one?
This is a tough one. Got two left. Let's pick this one right here. I would have to say one of my top five favorite films of all time is Night of the Living Dead.
Interviewed
68,
Judith Bodie from this.
George Romero, rest in peace. I love this film with a passion. I tell you that right now. I collect VHS copies of this, different covers whenever I find it, type of thing. I had the great pleasure of meeting back my tail end days of Fan Expo, um, some of the cast of Night of the Living Dead. What I brought to sign, I brought a Laserdisc copy of Night of the Living Dead, and they were looking at it. It's like, oh wow, like just all like wow, like yeah, signed it. I got a few autographs on it from way back in the day. Really cool. I can watch this film over and over and over again. This is the greatest zombie film ever made, and this is where it came from, man. This started it all right here. Um, I also had the great pleasure of meeting George Romero a couple of times in the past. Those are my days at Fan Expo, actually.
I've had his
Met
widow on,
yeah,
Suzanne.
yeah,
Yeah,
you mentioned.
yeah.
Yeah, I met him twice at Fan Expo here in Toronto. I also had the great pleasure of being at his memorial. It was really cool. It was at one of the bigger cemeteries down here. I went that evening. and it was around Young and Davisville. I can't remember what the cemetery was around there. I can't remember what it was called exactly, but it's one of the bigger ones in Toronto.
I think I know which one you're talking
You
about too.
probably do. You probably
Yeah.
do.
Hmm.
Um, and it was
It's
really
got a lot
cool.
of mausoleums in that cemetery.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I've walked
yes.
through there before on one of
Yeah,
my trips to Toronto.
yeah, the memorial you'd walk in and you'd go through the maze and like with like photos and paintings and pictures and artworks on the wall, screens playing uh, different things of George Romero type of thing. Then you get into the actual area where his casket was. It wasn't crowded or anything like that. It was very comfortable actually. Everybody was extremely respectful. It was very quiet. His whole family was at the side there, and I was literally 2, maybe 3 feet away from his casket. I stood in front of it. I said a few words to myself, to him, and I thanked him, and I moved on. And it was nice just to be there in the presence of all that happening. Um, this is, like I said, my one of my top 5 favorite films of all time in every genre, clear across the board, horror genre. Night of the Living Dead, '68, Romero.
I've had
Yeah,
Judith O'Dea on who played Barbara, and I remember a
yeah.
story she was telling that when that movie came out, she went to a theater to see it with an audience, and she said the smell of weed was just prevalent through the whole
Yeah, yeah,
place.
yeah.
I also like Dawn of the Dead a lot too.
Yeah, I do like Dawn of the Dead. Day of the Dead was fine.
Hmm.
It was fine, but I do like Dawn of the Dead. There's different cuts of Dawn of the Dead.
Hmm.
Um, there's a US cut, and then there's the European cut with more gore and splatter and stuff like that, which they made finally available about a decade ago, over a decade ago, or a decade and a half ago, type of thing. I have it somewhere. Um, Savini did the effects for it, the gore, and yeah, Dawn of the Dead is a great film.
I had
But yeah,
Trudy Gray on, who was one of the female bikers in the biker scene.
hmm,
Yeah, I had her on from that.
yeah,
Yeah, Night of the Living Dead. And it's interesting too. I come to find out when I had did the tribute to George Romero with his widow.
yeah.
Come to find out that a lot of people made a big deal about the hero being black, but
Mm, hmm.
she said that a lot of people made a big deal out of that. But
Up for that
the
time,
only
yeah.
the yeah, but here's the thing. She said Ramiro didn't cast him because he was
I
black.
know, I know.
He cast him because he was the best one auditioning. So take that DEI hires, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I heard interviews with Romero stating the same thing, that he was
Yeah.
just the right man for the job. I mean,
Yep.
you know,
People read
that's it.
in the wrong
Yeah,
thing, but
yeah,
he was the right guy for the part. So
yeah. Most definitely. This set the standard for horror moving forward, in particular zombie films. This is where
mhm,
it came from, party people, right here.
mhm.
There you go. You're up, my man.
Well, my last one will be 10 years old next year, and I saw
Mm.
it 9 times in the theater.
What could it be?
Yeah. Well, it didn't do well in the theaters because it wasn't advertised very well, but I think it's going to get a cult following because it had a splendid cast and it had a soundtrack that took
Mm,
me back.
mm,
Dazed and Confused was set in 1976, and it was the last day of high school.
mm.
You know, yeah. Well, there's a spiritual sequel to it called Everybody Wants Some.
I'm not familiar.
Get
Everybody wants
familiar. Get familiar.
everybody wants some. Really?
Okay.
Maybe
It's
wait a minute. The image looks very familiar, but I'm not connecting the dots here. But go ahead. I'm gonna make a note of this actually. Go ahead.
It's a spiritual sequel. It's not the same characters. It's not the same cast. It's set in 1980 at that last um, weekend before class starts, and it opens with the league. Actually, it's an ensemble cast, um, but it opens with a guy going to head into college, box of records in the back, and you hear My Sharona. And the movie ends with Good Times Roll by the Cars.
Yeah.
You've got some Pat Benatar, you got some Van Halen, you got some oh my goodness, what else? What else? What else? You got a ton. You want me to tell you something? What I saw this 9 times in the theater.
Mm, hmm
When I saw it the first time, I knew I was going to see it again. And after I saw it the second time, here's what happened. We
Yeah.
had it only for 2 weeks, and I saw it 9 times.
Yeah.
I'd be going to work the next day, and I'd be just thinking about this movie.
hmm
Go back, and I go back,
hmm
and I go back. It's directed by Richard Linklater,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
and it's got Glenn Powell in it, who's become a name as of lately.
hmm
Um, he plays Finn the Freak in it.
hmm
Uh, Zoe Deutsch is in this, who is Leah Thompson's daughter, and you
hmm
can tell because she's every bit as gorgeous as her mom.
hmm
I met Tyler Hoechlin at Fan Expo,
Okay.
and of course he's involved in one of the Superman TV shows, and he had nothing from this movie on his table, but he
hmm
was quite surprised when I told him that I got him to sign this, and he was surprised I saw it 9 times. He was happy. He said he loved making it.
hmm
And I've interviewed a few people from this movie. I've interviewed
hmm
3 people from this movie.
hmm
And I think it starts, I think they arrive on, he gets to the dorm on Thursday and you meet this ensemble. And then it's like Friday, Saturday, and then there's Sunday. And
Yeah.
there's various places they go. You get to know these characters. They all are very, very distinctive.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness. And I would hear the music even in the background.
hmm
And I'm like, I am loving this music. And I even got the soundtrack album.
Okay.
And
Wow.
I really love this movie. And it's got a nice collage of characters in it. It's like Linklater said, it's a spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused, only it's different
hmm
characters,
hmm
and it's set 1980, and it actually
Mm.
feels like 1980, you know.
Uh,
And you got Kurt Russell's son is in it, Wyatt, playing a stoner.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
and yeah, he looks just like his dad. Oh yeah,
I've actually made a note of this film. I'm gonna look into that. You've piqued my curiosity. Just set in the early '80s. You got me right
that
there.
1980.
You got me.
I love it, you know. Um, like a soundtrack. Like I never heard the song Gold before. I'm trying to think who sung it. Stevie Nicks and somebody. Um, but I would hear that in the background in one of the scenes, and I'm like, even though I never heard the song before, I'm kind of like, it's still taking me back, that
hmm
sound.
hmm
And they go to various bars in it too. And that's where you hear a lot of music. At
hmm
one point, they go to a country bar
hmm
and you hear Driving My Life Away by Eddie Rabbitt. And I was like, I remember that song. And at one point, they go to it's like an Alice in Wonderland type theme frat party thing going on, you
Yeah.
know? And just the way they have it lit up and decorate. And you follow all these characters, and they're all very distinct, and they're all very different.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I was unfamiliar. Okay, I'm definitely gonna see if I can get a digital copy of that to have a look see. Most definitely. That okay.
and you
Wow.
got, of course, Everybody Wants Some, the song by Van Halen,
Yeah, yeah.
in it, and you got Pat Benatar is she got a song in it, Heartbreaker. That one's
Heartbreaker,
playing.
yeah.
Yep. It's got so much great music in it, and but like I said, I kept going back. The music was nostalgic, but the characters, I felt like I was spending a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before they go to class on Monday.
Wicked. That's the
It
kind of
just,
feeling that I
oh,
want. That's the feeling I want when I'm watching a film like that. Yeah, I'm
oh, I
gonna check it
felt
out.
that. Yeah, like I said, 9 times. I go to it a tenth if I could, you know. I love this film. I'd like to have see more people see it. I've done 3 interviews from it, and I'm hoping to do more um, in 2026 because it'll be 10 years old. But
Nice.
I had a great time
Decade.
with this film. Yeah, a great time with this film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's your last one?
My last one is right here. Again, gotta be when we're talking genres, let's talk the horror genre. This is easily one of my top five favorite horror films of all time.
Mhm.
And we're going to be watching this one by request on New Year's Eve. The
Just,
Exorcist.
oh,
Holy fuck. Like, seriously, put it on. Put it on.
I got this from Eileen
Love it.
Dietz.
Love
I
it. I
got
want
that
it.
from her.
I want it. I
I've
love
had
it.
her on the show 3 times. I've had the woman that did the spider walk too downstairs on the
Yes.
show.
Yes.
Yeah,
And this is it, the version you've never seen. Now, here's the thing, right?
I've got that. Yeah,
For decades upon decades, you know that that spider scene was cut out of the film, right? And finally, they re-released it. How many moons ago, type of thing. They've included that spider scene. Now, here's the thing: when I decided that I was going to pull the trigger on the extreme Blu-ray version of this film, I was glad I did. I watched it on Blu-ray for the first time back then, and I was just like, "Wow." This is a whole other film, man. It just gave the film a whole new dimension the way it was presented on Blu-ray. Holy shit. I love this film so much. And again, we're talking about like 70s horror films, Rosemary's Babies, Extras. Sure.
Rosemary's Baby was 60s.
60s, sorry. Yes, that's
Yep,
correct.
but still, either
60s,
way, I love Rosemary's
60s,
Baby as well.
yeah, exactly. 60s, 70s, slow burn films, but
Yep,
highly effective. I'm telling you. Generations of today, I mean, just I've talked to generational people of today. They just don't understand films like this, or even black and white films at that type of thing, right?
I've
Um,
seen it 6 times in the theater. That's another one of those six-timer
you've seen
ones.
this six times in the theater? I
Now,
envy you.
I was 1 years old when it came out in 73. I
Yeah,
didn't see it then. I saw it twice in 1996. It was playing down at the university, and it was playing Halloween night. And I went down there and saw the original cut of it. And
oh, nice.
then I saw it twice when it was re-released with the added footage.
Oh, very nice, very nice, very
And
nice.
then
I envy you there.
then I saw it at a midnight screening with the added footage, and then I saw it again in Toronto.
Nice, man. I've never seen this on the big screen. Would love to.
It was at the
Um,
Carlton.
you know,
You've got to go to the Carlton, man. It's only $5 to go to those movies.
I
And
gotta.
they've done The Exorcist the last couple of Halloweens I've been there.
I'm out of touch, man. I mean, like, I'm not on social media or none of that stuff. I mean, I gotta sign up for their newsletter to get that information. But I mean, I think I will, but I would love to see that on the big screen. Great film. This film needs absolutely positively no introduction at this point in time. Honestly, if you don't know
Mhm.
anything about this film, then you're a fucking asshole. I'll tell you that right now. The Exorcist. Truthfully, it says it right here, the scariest movie of all time. No fucking question about that. It could
I
very
agree.
well be the most bizarre, devastating film of all time. You know what I mean? I remember back in the day, people were, oh, there's Skittles right there.
Skittles. Skittles is saying his favorite movie is Fritz the Cat.
Ah, I love Fritz the cat.
I've got it here too.
Yeah, I love Felix the cat as well.
I've had
But
Ralph Bakshi on the show a couple times. I was very lucky to get that. Yeah.
cool.
And yeah, Skittles likes Fritz the Cat and cat
Mm.
people.
Oh yeah, the cat people. There's a couple versions of that. There's a couple versions of that one. But yeah, The Exorcist is where it's at, right there, coming at you. The Exorcist. I would have loved to have met Linda Blair. I hear she has a habit of canceling on con appearances type of thing. Savage Streets was another great film of hers too that I really like. But yeah, The Exorcist, man.
Hell Night.
Oh, I love Hell Night. Fuck, who could forget Hell Night?
I've
Love
had the
Hell Night.
director on the show.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I remember you mentioning that.
Mhm.
But yeah, The Exorcist, and just quick, fast, and hurry on creepy ghoul recommendations in the vein of Italian horror. I'm going to throw in two that I highly recommend you guys watching back to back, and they're in my top. I'd have to probably say my top 15 or even 20 favorite horror films of all time. I'm going to show them to you back to back right here. We have Beyond the Darkness, Joe D'Amato, and
Mhm.
Mario Bava, Macabre.
Mhm.
Macabre. You watch these two films back to back. No particular order. Trust me on this one. I'm telling you. Sorry, Lamberto Bava. I said Mario Bava. Lamberto Bava and Joe D'Amato. Macabre and Beyond the Darkness back to back. These are heavily recommended by me. Creepy Ghoul from Creepy Ghoul Vision. Check them out. You won't be disappointed. And one more I'm going to throw in real quick here. Um, One of my favorite werewolf films of all time, hands fucking down, Dog Soldiers, right here. You're in your house and you're just fucking your entire house is surrounded by fucking werewolves. Like holy shit. I'm Dog Soldiers, one of the greatest werewolf films of all time.
Umberto Bava was, although he didn't directly have an influence on it, but the fact that I had met him, um, that was one thing that helped me in getting Daria Nicolodi on the show when I did before she passed. I was so glad to get that interview, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, there's a lot of films that I like runners up, like Alfred Hitchcock. I've never seen a bad film. I think my favorite for him is
I agree.
Rear Window. I
Rear
love
Window's
Rear
great.
Window.
Rear Window's
Um,
great.
you
Frenzy's
know,
great. Um,
Psycho.
Psycho. You can't go wrong with Psycho. Um, One thing I do want to throw in before we go,
Hmm.
in case Lewis from Suspect Video is watching this video, which I'm sure he will be. I was cleaning up. I'm on vacation right now. I got a nice 10 days off.
Hmm.
Um, Doing stuff around the house here. I've been cleaning up my desk area here. What did I find? I found some old Suspect Video slip covers from rentals. This is what Lewis would have in the DVDs, the rental DVDs, and I found a bunch of them that I had here, um, printed on all different types of paper, different colors. But yeah, from the old Suspect Video days here in Toronto, it was one of our greatest friggin' video rental shops, collectible shops ever. ever, 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 ever. And Lewis is the one that's put on over the years Horrorama here, Toronto's only horror convention. It lasted a total of what? I think it was 7 years, 8 years. Am I right? Seven
I
years?
think seven, yeah.
Seven, 7 years. Yep. And yeah. So I just wanted to showcase that a little bit of nostalgia right there. Toronto, Suspect Video, gone but never ever forgotten, ever.
Yeah, there's so many movies I could have mentioned. The Blues Brothers, I think, is
Oh,
great. You know,
dude, if I had another 8 fucking hours to kill with you right here, right now,
mhm.
we could do it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. Look
I mean,
behind me.
I'm looking at Mean Girls. I love that. You know, the 1978 Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Love
Yeah,
that. A
yeah,
lot of those Argento movies that we're talking about, like Suspiria and
yeah,
whatnot. You know, Emma Stone. I love Emma Stone. Easy A,
yeah,
Super Bad. You know,
yeah.
I Animal House, Rock and Roll High School.
The
I
list
could
goes
look.
on
The
and
list
on and
goes
on and
on and
on and
on and
on.
on and on. Fear and Loathing
Next
in Las Vegas.
next time we do this, let's do this is our top 10
High
favorite
Fidelity.
films of all time.
Yeah.
Let's do next time genres. Let's do horror, let's do comedy, let's do drama, let's do whatever by genre next time.
Sure.
Make it a bit easier maybe, you know?
Yep. Oh, I think we should. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll start off with horror. We'll do our top 10 or even top 5 favorite horror films. Just do some short, sharp
Let's go.
shocks,
Let's go
you
10.
know. Yeah, I'll do 10. I'll do 10
Yeah.
easy. I'll
Yep.
do 10 in my fucking sleep.
Yep.
All right, my
Oh,
man.
wow. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
how do you wanna end this? How do you want to end this?
I'll just get you to do a plug for my show.
You are watching Greg Gilbert, the Python Hyena, Python's Paradise, in ways of creepy ghoul vision, which I'm sure Greg Gilbert, the Python Hyena, will post my link in the description box below. You need to check out creepy ghoul vision on Python's Paradise. Coming at you. There you go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. And hopefully, I'll get to Toronto sometime soon.
And we'll hang
And
again.
yes, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Well, what are you doing? What are you doing for New Year's?
So, me and my ghoul fiend. Here's the thing. If there's one thing you should know about me, I do not go out for New Year's. The last time I went out for New Year's was the year 2000 because it was the year 2000. We went to Harborfront. My girlfriend at the time went to Harborfront for the fireworks and all that shit over the bridge. After the fireworks was over, getting back to a subway was a chore and a half. And I said, never again will I go out for New Year's, and I don't believe I ever have. We're going to stay in. We're going to do a nice seafood dinner as we do every year. We're going to have some champagne, some wine. We're going to watch, on her request, The Exorcist. She wants
You go watch New Year's Evil?
New Year. I do have that on Blu-ray. I love that film. No,
Yeah.
we're gonna watch The Exorcist and just chill because January 1st is our 6 year anniversary. We met January 1st 6 years ago. So there you go. So we're celebrating New Year's and a 6 year anniversary. There you go. That's what I'm doing for New Year's this year.
And in the meantime, you and Jim are going to hang your heads in
Ah.
sorrow, having to take all the decorations down at the.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, my coworker Jim. Yeah. Can you
I,
still
I,
hear me okay?
I can, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Something happened with my mic here. I don't know. It says something on the screen, but whatever. It's all
No,
good.
all's good. All's
Okay.
good. Well, I'll send this to you when it's ready to go. And yeah,
Sounds good, my man. It was great doing this. It went longer than I had anticipated, but
I knew it
right,
would.
you know what? It's cool. It's cool. I got some time to kill. After this, I'm gonna go shoot my Collectibles Corner video part two.
Hmm.
Be posted this evening. Then I'm gonna head over to my buddy Metal Mike's place. He's having a little after the holidays, before New Year's get together for a couple of us. We're gonna do some tacos and drinks and listen to some heavy metal and stuff. And I'm gonna come home and that's it. That's my night.
And if you want to show off the calendar on your other video, go
I,
for it.
you read my mind. I was actually going to, and
I'm glad
thank
you
you once
like
again.
that.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Thank you. Anything peanuts for me, you can't go wrong. I'm a huge peanuts fan, and
Hmm.
I'm gonna showcase this on my collectibles corner. That's for sure. I
Yep, I
love it.
saw that and I knew you would like it.
Thank
So,
you so much.
yeah,
Really,
no problem. No
I love it.
problem.
All right.
Go take that giant spider out from on your yard.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, you have yourself a grand evening.
All right. Thank you, you too. And to you, and to anybody who's watching, stay weird.
Absolutely.